And they were off, but the false start. A couple were loitering out the back, finger on the pulse, and Shoegazer were a little behind the others. And Mad Moose, I think, never came out, a bit like the other day. So Mad Moose actually is still on the infield, so that's the reason that he wasn't going to join in, and the starter is accommodated, and they're all going to come back. So it'll be a moment or two before the runners are sent on their way.
Shades of 4 Jacks the other day, who seemed to be reluctant to leave the collecting area and then had a lifeless race on day one of the festival. Mad Moose, of course, has got a blot against his name. He has refused to race in the past.
Yeah, he has. He's an old rogue, really, isn't he?
In the nicest possible way.
As Jonathan pointed out to me earlier on, when he said, "Have you found the winner of the Byrne Group Plate yet?" And I said, "Well, I'm trying." He said, "Well, it's a handicap good thing based on his run behind Sprinter Sacra last time."
In which he nicked a lead.
Yeah, tongue firmly in cheek as he was saying it, but I didn't quite cotton on because I wasn't watching his grin in behind. But Poquelin could be a very well handicapped horse. He tried to give a ton of weight to a future Gold Cup runner-up last year. It was only January of last year he ran off 168. He's running off 155 here. He loves this track. Better ground will help him. I think he's got an excellent chance at a track that he likes.
Take 2 for the Byrne Group Plate.
So they're very close to the starter's tape here. Not sure he's going to be overly keen. Mad Moose is towards the outside of the field, being led in. Finger on the pulse is now in a better position to jump away with them, and they're off and racing, and Mad Moose is not going to go. He's thinking about it, but effectively his chance has gone, and indeed he's dug his heels in. So Mad Moose is left at the start of the Byrne Group Plate as they all sail over the first, and amongst those prominent, Carrickboy with Hector's Choice. Zanar is also adopting a handy position early on with Casey Top. Matui is not that far away with Hunt Ball as they rise at the second fence. Theatre Guide was the back marker over it, with also Sweet My Lord towards the tail, finger on the pulse as they make their journey down on towards fence number 3. Reminders for Hunt Ball having taken the second as they're all over that. Finger on the pulse. Bad mistake by Theatre Guide at the rear of the field. Theatre Guide hit that very hard. The rider did well to sit tight as Carrick Boy leads them on this longish run towards the full. So Carrick Boy leading from in second. Zanar in third place races Casey Top. Towards the outside, Tartak of Matui, then Hunt Ball with Capgada Cerisi and Hector's Choice the next wave. Walk On comes next, racing on the inside of Bless the Wings. Poquelin settled just worse than midfield with Vino Griego, Giorgio Quirkus for company, and towards the outside Mr. Hyde. Shoegazer, Calgary Bay, finger on the pulse, and the Theatre Guide are towards the rear of the field as they take the next fence, at which Calgary Bay made a slight mistake. Sweet My Lord has dropped to the rear, so Carrick Boy it is who leads. Carrick Boy on then towards the second one up the home straight, jumping well from Zanar. Once again watching the whole field over, and again they're all over without mishap. So out in front, Carrick Boy leading from Casey Top on the outside of Zanar. Tartak's in fourth place with Matui. Then behind these we have Hunt Ball, the grey on the inside with the darker cheek pieces Walk On just ahead of Poquelin. Ballynagur travelling in midfield at this stage in the checks just behind the leaders as they step over that fence. Giorgio Quirkus with Mr. Hyde, Bless the Wings. Calgary Bay. Diver towards the inside has about 4 behind. There's Shoegazer, finger on the pulse, Sweet My Lord, and at the rear of the field is Theatre Guide as they step over that. Capgada Cerisi landed a little bit awkwardly, but the field, with the exception obviously of Cantlow withdrawn at the start, and Mad Moose, who never jumped away, are fully intact bar that as they set out on their final circuit, with Tartak moving through to dispute it with Carrick Boy. Matui racing on the outside of next Casey Top. Capgada Cerisi and Hector's Choice out a little wider. Hunt Ball comes next from Bless the Wings. Then behind these is Walk On. Zanar with Poquelin in midfield with Mr. Hyde in company with Vino Griego. Giorgio Quirkus just ahead of Diver, Calgary Bay, finger on the pulse, and Shoegazer as the leaders reach the next fence, which they all step over. Again, Theatre Guide was the last to rise. So Tartak and Carrick Boy on towards the water jump for the solitary time. Leading from Matui, who's in third. Hunt Ball is in fourth. Ballynagur travels comfortably just behind the leaders. Hector's Choice comes next as they step over the water jump. Back towards the rear of the field. Zanar's lost an awful lot of ground, having been been prominent early as Tartak leads them over a ditch. So Tartak it is who rose in front there. Tartak with 7 to take, leading from Carrick Boy, Hector's Choice. Ballinagur travelling strongly with Matui, his stable companion, as they rise at the next. Hunt Ball from Walk On, Vino Griego. Shoegazer hit that pretty hard. A little gap developing after Capca de Cerisi to the next wave. Pocalan trying to close with Bless the Wings, but they both have work to do as they prepare now to rise at the next. And still out in front, Carrick Boy and Tartak. Ballinagur with Matui were the next 2 over it. Looking at the stragglers, Theatre Guide Zaynar's tailed off. Sweet My Lord Calgary Bay has never landed a blow. So it's Tartak and Carrick Boy continue to cut out the running. Ballinagur's travelled really strongly throughout as they take that with Matui. Then Hunt Ball, Vino Griego working into contention in about 6th place as Hunt Ball receives further reminders. Then comes Hector's Choice as the little cluster of 7 have broken away from the others as they begin to spin downhill. Carrick Boy still out in front, showing the way from in 2nd place Ballinagur with Matui as they rise at 4 from home. Tartak over next. Finger on the Pulse is making good ground from the rear of the field, has moved through into about 8th, the only one to really be closing from the back as Carrick Boy makes the descent with Ballinagur poised. Matui still travels okay as well. Vino Griego has worked through into 4th. Tartak, Hunt Ball, Hector's Choice, Capca de Cerisi was pulled up before taking that fence. Walk On is over next as they begin now to make the turn back towards the second last. Pocalan's pulled up. Zaynar's also tailed off as they make the turn back towards 2 from home. Carrick Boy with Matui for the first time. Ballinagur, Tom Scudamore just shaking the horse up and he's losing ground on the leader. Carrick Boy, who's not stopping at the moment, has extended about 3 lengths clear. It's Carrick Boy from Matui, Vino Griego, Ballinagur can't go on. Then Tartak, Hunt Ball and Hector's Choice, but Carrick Boy at the second last has a 4-length lead. Vino Griego is closing. Matui is 3rd. Carrick Boy is now asked. Vino Griego on the outside into 2nd place and has 2 lengths to find. Matui is 3rd. Tartak and Hunt Ball the next 2. Carrick Boy a big leap at the last. Matui fell when in 3rd place. Vino Griego with a length and a half to find. It's Carrick Boy who leads. Vino Griego has got a length in hand and then up towards the line. Carrick Boy, Vino Griego can't go by. Carrick Boy is holding him and driven out towards the line. The Byrne Group plate will go to Carrick Boy, always in the firing line for Liam Treadwell, Benicia Williams and Trevor Hemmings. Vino Griego is in 2nd place. Tartak 3rd. Hunt Ball, Walk On next. Hector's Choice, Shoegazer across the line. Ballinagur didn't get home, and then Giorgio Quercus.
A magnificent win for Carrick Boy in the hands of Liam Treadwell. Look how he's enjoying that victory. Elation written all across his face. The king of big winners, 50-1, is returned on the Benicia William trains, Carrick Boy. 2nd was Vino Griego, a revived horse of late. Came here with this mighty performance of the back of 2 wins. He's finished 2nd for Jamie Moore and Gary Moore, looking threatening at the final fence, at which we lost Matui. We'll bring you news of him and Brendan Powell as soon as we have it. He was in the middle of racing a bold run. In 3rd was Tartak for Richard Johnson and Tim Vaughan, and 4th was the winner at the festival last year, Hunt Ball for Nick Schofield and Kieran Burke. But Liam Treadwell tastes victory at the festival on Carrick Boy, who's jumped boldly from the front throughout, and he has won this for Benicia Williams, her first festival winner of the week.